Okay, so welcome to Vibe, everyone. We're in Moi Wo, we're on Lantau Island, and we're in Hong Kong. Today is our 7th birthday. Yay! Yeah, we made it. We really lost a lot of money on the way, but we're still here.
Well, you have.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Okay, so for today's celebration, we've got Pumpkin Bomb here. So Pumpkin Bomb, normally 3-piece, drummer, bass player, and Gaz Flint. And so Gaz is here today. He's going to do a semi-acoustic set. He's going to use some repeat pedals on the guitar. And so without further ado, Gaz Flint, everyone, and Pumpkin Bomb.
Now I can't describe anything that I am feeling. Oh no, even if these cures, they are healing. It's part of everything that I have been faking, but know that it was never mine for the taking. Is this disguise the truth it hides? Yeah, moment that I come to a revelation. It brings me not a thing but frustration. It's part of everything that I have repressed, but God help everyone if soon it's expressed. 'Cause this disguise the truth it hides. Yeah, this disguise the truth it hides, it hides. First song off our first album, Cemetery Blossom. That song's called This Disguise. I'm going to play a bunch off this, and then I'm going to move to the new one, Haunt the Waves. So these songs are obviously going to sound quite a bit different than they do on the album, because we're usually quite a loud three-piece. So I'm doing what I can to make them not sound as loud. Anyway, this next song is track 6 of this album. It's the end of side 1. It's called Shaking Hands with a Dead Man. So I went down to a graveyard and I saw this grave, and I got a bit closer and I saw my own name, and it came as a shock. Well, I was hit by thunder. Where the hell was I standing, and who was under? Shaking hands with a dead man is what happens when you meet me. Some unaware of the fact, though it's clear to see, was once my thoughts and beliefs, is now an epitaph. And it's always cold on this dead man's path. But if my own funeral I attend, I'll just sit bored waiting for it to end. If you don't ask why, only how. You know me by now. Yeah, you know me by now. Shaking hands with a dead man, we do it every day. Some unaware of the fact, though born this way. And I think it's funny when others just cry to see this man walk alone who thinks that he has died. But if my own funeral I attend, I'll just sit bored waiting for it to end. If you don't ask why, only how. You know me by now. Yeah, you know me by now. Yeah, you know me by now. You know me by now. That feeling of death, it hits you like thunder, and you'll never know if it's the right name on the tombstone you're under. Thanks. This next one's called Drag These Souls. It's track 9 off the album. It's a song we only recently started playing live again, so yeah, not a lot of people in Hong Kong have heard this played live. So you're amongst an elite few. Be proud or offended by that.
Proud.
It's called Drag These Souls. These parts, the sun sets at noon. But if we leave now, we'll be gone soon. We'll drag these souls to hell and back. We'll drag these souls to hell and back. The angels dance to what the devil sings, unaware of the pain it brings. The streets are lined for those who mourn, for their babies that aren't even born. They drag these souls to hell and back. They drag these souls to hell and back. They'll drag these souls to hell and back. They'll drag these souls to hell and back. The poets round here have no love to choose, so it's a graveyard that becomes a muse. They take their lines from the epitaphs of those that were at last. They drag these souls to hell and back. They'll drag these souls to hell and back. They'll drag these souls to hell and back. They'll drag these souls to hell and back. Come on! Crooked wind blows across this town, bringing everything that it touches down. The people here don't know its effects. They think it's a blessing, but it's a hex. When the devil comes around these parts, it doesn't take much for him to take their hearts. God has already abandoned them. He spent his money and then he went. He drags these souls to hell and back. He'll drag these souls to hell and back. God will drag these souls to hell and back. We'll drag these souls to hell and back. In the winter months the sun barely rises, and the moon in the dark hypnotizes. It drags these souls to hell and back. We'll drag these souls to hell and back. Drag these souls to hell and back. They drag these souls to hell and back. I got to drag these souls to hell and back before they drag my soul to hell and back. Yeah. It gets a bit happier later. A bit, I promise. This next one is the last song on that album. Yeah, it's called Cinderella Stories and Whodunits.
Beautifully bottled there, Gaza.
Cinderella stories and whodunits keep wrecking my mind. There is no happy ending. We don't know who did the crime. These stories that we circle like vultures to the kill. Always circle like a tiger, caged against his will. Like a rich man laughing as he writes his tragedy, or a poor man crying as he writes his comedy. The stories never match what's going on. We need answers to the mystery, but we get none. And the stories we think will last are over in a blink. ones that we ignore happen more than we think. We need to know who done it, but it's not impending. And the Cinderella story needs a happy ending. I keep waiting for a plot twist, but it never comes. Our Deus Ex Machina to get us out our slums. But the story, it keeps going, descending and spinning. There is no happy ending, and the villain ends winning. And the stories we think will last are over in a blink. And the ones that we ignore happen more than we think. We need to know who done it, but it's not impending. And the Cinderella story needs a happy ending.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Is that the lighter side of things?
It gets a bit light now. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the second album, Haunt the Waves. So this came out, thank you. This came out in October. We recorded it at Sunset Studios in Kennedy Town. We got it on vinyl a few months later. And I am going to say that these songs, I've played those songs like you've just heard before, but these next batch of songs I've never played on my own, acoustically like this. So we are entering the territory where things might go a little pear-shaped. So let's see. If things don't go as planned, just pretend they did, and we'll all be a lot happier.
We'll never know.
Right.
Just
You'll know.
like you, please.
You'll know. Right. Okay. This is Leaving Eden. It's track 3. You say you're an angel, but I see no halo. Ring around your head, angels know our own show, with miracles to see, but not to touch. But maybe our grace is asking too much. I'm leaving Eden today and don't know where I'm bound. The winds of change bring such a strange sound. The lily will wither, or it will bloom, like happiness and loneliness together in a tune. And everything that you found you do trust, like silver in the rain, will it rust? I've been taken from the place that I wish to stay, to a place where the devil wants me to play. You say you're an angel, but I see no halo. You couldn't stop the storm or the tornado that swept through my hopes and my dreams, pulling my perceptions apart at the seams. I'm leaving Eden today and don't know what for. The waves of our dreams crashed upon the shore that brought the shipwrecks and angels once drowned. The forbidden fruit that could not be found. And everything that you found you do trust, like silver in the rain, will it rust? I've been taken from the place that I wish to stay, to a place where the devil wants me to play. Leaving Eden is never an easy thing to do. Ask anyone out there, they'll say it's true. Like waking up in eternal slumber. The trees have no leaves, even in the summer. And everything that you found you do trust, like silver in the rain, will it rust? I've been taken from the place that I wish to stay, to a place where the devil wants me to play. And everything that you found you can trust, like silver in the rain, will it rust? So take me to a place that I wish to stay, where the devil cannot whisk me away. Next. These next two songs aren't love songs, but they're about as close to love songs as Pumpkin Bomb are going to get. I read them about my fiance who's sat right there. Oh. Not to embarrass you.
And do you think they're love songs?
She's asked me for long enough, and this is as close as she's getting, so you're gonna have, yeah. Anyway, this is also the closest thing I've got to a hit. It suddenly went from like a few dozen listens on Spotify when we released it on single, like a year ago, to a few thousand, and we went from like, I don't know, about 60 listeners on Spotify to a few thousand. I was like, what has gone on here? So I did some digging, and it had been added to a playlist in Helsinki. How and why, I don't know. And I have never been to Helsinki, so I have no idea if Pumpkin Bomb have a following there. If anyone...
Maybe you should go.
You will have
just go and just someone get off the plane and be like, do you know Pumpkin Bomb? Right. Anyway, this song is track... What track's the Lunar Effects? 7. Track 7. It's called The Lunar Effects. A day is a decade when I'm not with you. Long and elapses slower than it should do. The moon changes shape every night, and still I continue on with my plight. Photo reflects all our desires, but a message will never put out the fires. A condolence only goes up in smoke, a cynical incision played out for a joke. And as the sun replaces the moon, the lunar effects are gone too soon. The tide is low, the waves drag on. I can't think straight when you were gone. The moon's light replaces the sun. Your emissions still there when it's done. Time's a prison, there's no escape. The clock sends a band all out of shape. And as the sun replaces the moon, the lunar effects are gone too soon. The tide is low, the waves drag on. I can't think straight when you are gone. And as the sun replaces the moon, the lunar effects are gone too soon. The tide is low, the waves drag on. I can't think straight when you are gone. Thanks. Okay, this is the track that follows it. It's called The Spectres at Sea. Hope I don't mess this one up. bright lights of Vegas are faded. The glow of the moon still shines. The rains of Manchester drowned us all. The only thing I claim is mine. A fragrant harbor lost us in, but Hong Kong is lost in the fog. What's mine is mine, cannot be touched. A mystic black turns to smog. And the specters at sea are marking me. The shipwrecks are drowning on my clarity. The airports are closed, and God has the rose above from my love when she landed home. Edinburgh seems so far away, its vaults filling with dust. The caverns fill with ghost stories, the waves that separate us. The ships drop anchor in Liverpool, just like we once did. But the navigators that bring us together, London and now being here. Specters at sea are marking me. The shipwrecks are drowning on my clarity. The airports are closed, and God has the rose above from my love when she landed home. Our dreams of cherry blossom in Tokyo, from Dome to Shinjuku, has gone the way of the samurais, honoring seppuku. The boss will leave New Orleans, but they won't get too far. Venice and New York will have to wait, the boats they drown in our scars. The specters at sea are marking me. The shipwrecks are drowning on my clarity. The airports are closed, and God has the rose above from my love when she landed home. 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 Thanks. Now I'm going to play the last song on that album, the title track, Haunt the Waves. Now this has not been played live. In a very long time. It's not been played live by the band yet. We recorded it and then, yeah, we've just not played it live. So you are amongst that elite group which you can feel offended to be in.
Yeah.
Because no one's. Yeah. I played it on my own, I think once before years ago. So anyway, let's see how it goes. One moment. Haunt the Waves. Dressed in white, we went to a thought I was dying watching you sip that blood red wine. Confused, I did not know if this funeral was mine. You waited me in the face, but you took me by the hand, philosophized about what we buried beneath the sand. Screams from the tide still echo through the caves. What's buried beneath the sand will always haunt the waves. Time slowed right down to the rhythm of the waves, a gentle roar reflecting crepuscular rays. You waded into the sea, fighting against the tide, like a ghost flying into an orange sky. Your white dress floating in the sea, like a soul that's left its grave. It has now become the ghost that haunts the waves. I've not seen you in months, but when I dream I know that face. We're always laying on the sand in that same place. Sometimes I go back to the beach and wonder if you'll be there, but it's not the same when we have no ghosts to share. The screams from the tide still echo through the caves. What's buried beneath the sand will always haunt the waves. Your white dress floating in the sea, like a its grave. It has now become the ghost that haunts the waves. Yeah, that was a long album closer. Just give me one moment. I need to change the tuning of my guitar. This is where I usually bring two guitars. Okay, so that was the last track on the new album. We're going all the way back to nearly the start of the new album. This is track 2. The song's called The Drones. All that money is being wasted in the millions, and they think the solution is sacrificing their children who are fighting their future. It comes at such a high cost. Battle lines are being drawn out, bloodshed lives are lost, and all of the youth gets so unstrung when they're taught to kill way too young. So send in the drones, send in the drones, send in the drones, send in the drones. These people need to know if it's safe in their homes. They think that eroding the seasons will be covered by the smog, expecting everyone to ride the dead horse they flog. The free are pushed way too far, and all their amusements slip. Battle lines are being drawn out, while those who don't fled. And all of the youth gets so unstrung when they're taught to kill way too young. So send in the drones, send in the drones, send in the drones, send in the drones. These people need to know what's safe in their homes. Now they're pushing all these rules, acting confused when they stumble, and then ignore all the mining until the mountains crumble. Those in charge are doing nothing to relieve mounting trepidations. Well, those that are behind the scenes push through the tribulations, and all of the youth get so unstrung when they're being killed way too young. So send in the drones, send in the drones, send in the drones, send in the drones. These people need to know what's safe in their homes. Thanks. This next one has been a staple for the Pumpkin Bomb live set for a long time. It's called The Blood of Bruges. Someone told me a few months ago that they found this song offensive. And it was never intended to be offensive. So if anyone is offended at it, just don't be. Just That's good to hear. Right, anyway, it's, The Blood of Bruges, it's track 4 on that album. I was robbed on my way to Brussels by a scheming millionaire. I claimed they were the devil. They said this was Christ's share. I saw the blood of Christ in Bruges, been extorted by the rich, and it all made me wonder, was I part of the hunt or the witch? I wandered through Italy. I saw the blood of Christ in Bruges. Then I went back to Brussels with an offer I could not refuse. I had my last delirium, got drunk in a charity shop. I tried to patch Christ's wounds, but the bleeding would not stop. I got dragged to Ghent and thrown down the oubliette. The sound of the Count's laugh I just will never forget. I saw the blood of Christ in Bruges, saw it running through the streets. but the devil's in the alcoves, shaking hands with everyone he meets. Thanks. Okay, one more from me. This is back to the first album. This is another one we've been playing live for years. This is a really heavy one, which we really usually end the set with. So, what?
Give me a change.
So I'm going to attempt to play this really heavy song on an acoustic guitar. So let's see how that goes. It was written in the aftermath of the worst night out I ever had. It's called No Money, No Memory. Flash of neon. Then after the memory is gone, I was abducted by something strange. Sanity was out of range. I fell down into a rabbit hole, and the ticket price was my soul. Thinking that I would be saved, I fell into something depraved. Why do these things to me? I got no money, I got no memory. Why do these things to me? I got no money, I got no memory. I wonder where did last night go? Was it the juice or the snow? Why I now feel this numb? Last night's pandemonium. I get flashbacks of top hats and snakes, people swimming in blood-filled lakes. Wondered where I did intrude as I heard your beg for lube. Why do these things to me? I got no money, I got no memory. Why do these things to me? I got no money, I got no memory. Turns to hellfire, bringing out the sinners and liars. You become the last to see comedy turn to tragedy. And why do I do this to me? Got no money, no memory. Got no money, I got no memory. I got no money, I got no memory. I got no money, I got no memory. I got no money, I got no memory.
Ladies and gentlemen, on Vibe's 7th birthday, it's Gaz Flint and Pumpkin Bomb. Thank you, guys.